Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. Here's your status of the fourth round of stimulus payments, as well as a daily news update. Remember, I do post multiple times a day to keep you all up to date on the latest stimulus news and information. The White House signaled Democrats are much closer to securing a deal on legislation that would enact the administration's social safety net agenda after President Biden met with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer earlier today. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki stated during a press briefing, "We are getting closer. We are into the nitty-gritty details. There is an agreement about some fundamental investments in our society." And according to Jen Psaki, President Biden would prefer to get a deal before he leaves for an overseas trip late next week, and that he will continue making calls over the weekend with members of Congress. While Jen Psaki said there's an agreement on a number of areas, a top-line number for how much the bill will cost still has not been reached, along with a number of other details. So when asked about the size and the specifics of the bill, Nancy Pelosi did not specify a top-line figure, but stated, "It's exciting because whatever it is, it's going to be bigger than anything we've ever done for the American people." In anticipation of a potential deal, House Majority Whip Steny Hoyer informed lawmakers that Democratic leaders aim to hold votes next week on both the safety net legislation and the Senate passed $550 billion infrastructure package. Hoyer said the goal is to get the two measures passed before their next recess, which is slated for November 8th. Democratic leaders also want to pass the bills before President Biden leaves for his trip to Europe at the end of this month.
We know the right to vote and the rule of law are under unrelenting assault from Republican governors, attorneys general, secretaries of state, state legislators, and time again, when offered the choice, 3 times over the last several months, when a hand has been extended by Democrats to work together to protect the fundamental right, Republicans have not only recoiled, they have blocked the ability to make any semblance of progress. So what the president's referring to is the fact that that is unacceptable. The protection of the fundamental right to vote is something that has been bipartisan in the past. He spoke back in March about his concerns or how he would view it if the Republicans continue to be obstructionist around it, and we've seen that time and time again. So he will discuss what that looks like, because not getting voting rights done is not an option.
So does that frustration explain his evolution of thinking on the filibuster? In July, he said eliminating it would throw Congress into chaos and nothing would get done.
Well, I would also note that back in March, he noted that if there was obstruction, that it was something that we would have to take a look at. So, look, I think many of you have covered the president for some time, and you know that his view is that we should pursue ways to work in a bipartisan manner, that we should pursue paths forward that can get things done for the American people. When he helped lead the effort to authorize the voting rights bill back when he was a senator, that was done in a bipartisan way. And he is frustrated, he is disappointed, he is sad that this is not something that Republicans seem willing to engage on, to work on. And I think what you saw reflected last night is his view that in light of the tax on our democracy, what we've seen across the country in states and by state legislators, that it is time to have a conversation about what this looks like moving forward. Go ahead.
The president confirmed at the CNN event that he has not been able to get 12 weeks of paid family leave included in the bill because of opposition from a few moderates in his party. Another component, universal preschool, is also expected to be included in the measure, as well as a 1-year extension of the child tax credit. President Biden said on Thursday that he would not support adding a work requirement for the tax credit because all eligible recipients are working anyways. Under the bill, parents would not have to pay more than 7% of their annual income on child care as a result of funding for child care centers. The White House has said this would apply to low and middle income families who have children under the age of 5 years old. So friends, what are your current thoughts on the changes to the bill? Do you think more relief provisions should be included into the bill? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much, friends. In regards to taxes, President Biden acknowledged that Senator Kyrsten Sinema does not want to raise a single penny in taxes on the corporate side and on the wealthy, a cornerstone of the president's Build Back Better agenda. The president suggested there are still other ways to pay for the legislation without raising taxes on the middle-class Americans. President Biden told reporters, "Here is what I'm willing to do. I am willing to make sure that we pay for everything without anyone making less than $400,000 pay a single cent more in taxes. That is my objective, and so there's ways to do that." Among the options still on the table to pay for the package are a 15% global minimum tax, closing loopholes for high-income Americans, and increased IRS enforcement. President Biden said that another key Democratic moderate, Senator Joe Manchin, opposes a provision that would offer tuition-free community college, dealing a great blow to the president's effort to deliver on a campaign pledge. Instead of including that in the spending measure, Biden said he thinks Democrats will be able to increase individual grants by $500 a year to benefit low-income families with higher education funding that does not need to be paid back. And ultimately, President Biden said at the event that he believes Democrats are close to getting a deal on the framework of the package, which has created many divisions between centrists and progressives. Sources said President Biden told progressives earlier this week that he was eyeing a price range of $1.75 trillion to $1.9 trillion for the final package. That is down from the $3.5 trillion initially proposed. Democrats have been aiming to reach an agreement on the bill by the end of last week. Friends, the key word for this video is custard. If you would like to enter next week's Walmart gift card giveaway, please make sure you click and like this video. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, and also don't forget to comment below the keyword. Thank you so much, friends. Nancy Pelosi on Friday remained very optimistic about the prospects for action, but without committing to a timeline. Friends, thank you so much for joining me here this Saturday night. I greatly appreciate all of you being here with me today. The two winners of this week's Walmart gift card giveaway is Lois Moore and Daryl Leipold. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you so much, friends, and have a very, very blessed